everyone, welcome to Positron Plays. StarTropics. There we go. So, why the hell am I playing StarTropics other than the fact that it's a really good game? The funny thing is that I've been thinking about StarTropics lately. Just rewatched an old LP of someone I follow, and I was thinking, what can I do for a video the next couple of days? And so I was like, oh, maybe I'll do another random NES game. And the first one that came up was StarTropics. So I'm like, well, that solves that. So instead of just doing a one-off, I'm going to actually do the whole game, which is horrifying. And actually, apparently, already have my test thing here. Actually, I was planning on doing this a while ago, and never ended up getting around to it. So we'll register our name. Boy, I forgot how clunky the Zelda menu is. So if you're not aware of what StarTropics is, it is a action RPG, I guess is the best way to put it. We've landed at Sea Island to visit Dr. Jones, I believe is Mike, our protagonist, his uncle. And there we are. So yeah, this was came out in 1990 by Nintendo. It's unfortunately a franchise they have since forgotten. And it was pretty cool. It actually had some really unique things in it. There was also a sequel a few years later. Not as good in my opinion. Welcome to Coral Cola, indeed. Hi, Sea Island. We're an ace pitcher. Oh, hello, Piggy. Going to, you know, that's just rude. So, this was the very first game to teach me, oh, poor pig, the talk to everyone principle. Because if you don't talk to everyone, you can't do anything else. You absolutely have to talk to every single person in this village before this guy will let you through and to go into the first dungeon of the game, where things will look much different. This game was actually developed in the United States by a Japanese team and was never actually released in Japan, which is probably why it unfortunately ended up not having any other sequels beyond the second. So this is really one of the first cases of a sure, you're great, kind of a Western RPG. Obviously borrows heavily from Legend of Zelda and things like that. Alright, let's go talk to the chief, who may or may not bear somewhat of a striking resemblance to Mario. We have this ominous music playing in the background. Our uncle's been abducted. What do you mean by abducted? No, I can't. No, I really... No, you don't understand. Okay, yeah. But thou must. Take this island yo-yo! Fantastic. Because we are an ace pitcher, this yo-yo will allow us to defeat the evils of the world. Any monsters, huh? Alright. No pressure, I guess. So we gotta head to Dr. J's laboratory. Now, we don't have to equip that or anything. It is automatically equipped to us. Oh, hello. Oh, now you let us pass. And now we get the other half of the game, which is the really cool part. Well, after this lady talks to us. So Dr. Jones found a secret. Mike. Magic of the Southern Cross is always on our side. In the test of island courage. Now we get the other half of this game, which is pretty sweet. So this is our action sequence. We can walk around. However, you'll notice that I'm kind of doing this weird, like, sidestep sliding. That's because we can only walk on a grid. You just can't see it. We can also jump. We can also only jump stationary unless we have a place to go. And we have our yo-yo, which is a very short-range weapon right now. And we have this sweet music track, which hopefully is coming across well. It's actually, I really like the music in this game. So what kind of balances out the yo-yo being so short range is that it's kind of stun locks enemies. So these blocks, we can only jump to them. You can't walk on them. You have to jump to them, and you can jump 1 tile's worth of distance. And this is pretty much the core mechanic of the game, which makes it both really awkward to control and kind of unique and awesome. Now, if I try to jump into that water, it will kill me. I can't walk into it though, thankfully. But yeah, you'll notice that when we turn, we kind of pause for a minute as we lock into the position. So dodging things quickly can be a little difficult. We can also attack while we're jumping. Sometimes we'll find hidden switches, like this. And that'll let us go, but we might as well see if there's anything else here. Now, I haven't actually played this game in quite some time. So while I know the basics, and I know the majority of it, there's definitely going to be some things that I'm going to have to figure out along the way. First level I know pretty well. I wouldn't say by heart, but close. So the stars we pick up, you see those at the bottom of the screen. Stars will, I believe you get 5 of them, you get a heart back. So it's kind of another way to get health back. You can also just pick up full hearts. Now, one of the knocks on this game is that jumping across stuff like this can be a little tedious, because you have to jump each individual tile. Now, I think that's actually something they did away with in the second game. You can just walk across stuff like that. The jumping is more fluid. The combat flows a little better, but yeah, the second game has some other issues. So part of the thing that we get in here is we also get these sort of puzzles in, you know, how do we traverse an area? And this is a dead end. So we get this skull here saying, you know, you shouldn't have gone this way. Now those pits will actually kill me if I jump down there. When you die, you go back to a checkpoint. However, if you lose all your lives, you go back to the very beginning of the dungeon. Alright, so we have these, but we know that these are not the solution. I think the other side is also the same. The right side, that is. And there is a hidden switch somewhere around here. There it is. There we go, and that'll open up the door. So the game definitely doesn't hold your hand about, you know, how do we get through places. Now, treasure chests you actually have to unlock with a switch. This gives me the torch. So the torch, I believe we have to, yeah, we pause. Or we can also just hit select. The torch is a long-range weapon. Pretty nice. In fact, I'll show that off a little bit because I'm going to end up losing it, and you'll see why. Or is it long range? I think it's actually about the same range, but it's more powerful. Kills these enemies with 1 hit as opposed to multiple. So we have a new music track here. Music track is usually like, hey, danger, warning. Now the stream doesn't seem that dangerous, but there's a reason for that warning. So we got more torches there. Now there is actually... There it is. So if we go all the way over here, we actually open up a passageway now. And in here we find a medicine. Medicine can be used to restore, I believe, 5 hearts. Which is pretty nice. I think it's like pause and then you go down. Yeah, there we go. There we go, and there's another hidden switch. Leads us to another door. Alright, let's head up here. You do automatically jump over the doors. And another medicine, which is pretty sweet. Game's being awfully nice. Alright, let's go see if we can find some more treasure, and oh wait. Surprise! It's an instant death trap. Is there a way for you to know about that? Sure isn't. So... StarTropics kind of does that a lot. you've never played this game before, it is incredibly infuriating. It's an awesome game, but it's definitely trial and error. There are a lot of things that you can't possibly know about before you unfortunately step in them. Now, do I want to get that medicine? You know what? Just because I haven't played in a long time, I am going to go get one of these medicines. I don't think I'm going to need it, but better to be safe than sorry. Now, we can just leave this area. It's not like it's a total dead end. You don't have to go to the trap rooms. You can also see a lot of times where I'll end up spinning in place, trying to maneuver. Now, enemies do respawn. Can be a little tricky. There we go. Actually, respawn the item too? No, okay, it didn't. I don't know why, I just had a little bit of slowdown there. That was very strange. Ooh. So the snakes actually do 1 full heart of damage. Oh, jeez. Maybe I will need that medicine after all. But I did get 5 stars. So, we get our first boss here. Sea Serpent. That is, I believe, C as the letter. You know what? Just for the sake of safety, let me use this. So we can jump over his attacks. The fire does a lot of damage to him. You do have to jump a little early, though. Oh, jeez. You know what? Let's just jump over this way. Oh, we got him. Nice. That is the first boss of the game. So it's hard to hear. The game has an issue with the low health chime. Oh, and there's what's left of the snake. In that any other sound resets the timer on it. So if I spam my yo-yo, yeah. This actually becomes a bigger problem in the second game to comical levels. And when we finish, oh, we've done it. We get a score. Now the score is actually tallied by enemies you didn't kill. Quite sure how that works. It's a very strange mechanic, though. Let's see. Now, sometimes there's hidden walls. I don't know if there are any in this area. Hello, friend. Who are you? Ah, it's Babu, Dr. J's assistant. Submarine Sub-C. The ID code to start the engine is 1492. How clever. What are you afraid of, Babu? Oh no, I'm sorry. Please, please. Yeah, you're afraid of something. Oh, let's just go to Dr. J's lab. Hey, and it's Rob the Robot. Or Navcom. Right, we don't actually have to put in the code. And away we go. Bye, people of the island. And thus ends Chapter 1. So next time we'll continue here, out in the ocean. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon.